Hello, my wellness travelers. This is Dragonwolf. This is the full moon in April in Libra. And I pulled a few cards to get things started. And it's about balance. It's about rest. It's about bringing all the noise to a quiet. And there's a lot of noise around my apartment today, so you may be hearing a lot of things. I now have a new upstairs neighbor. They seem quiet enough, but I can still hear little bits and their energy, getting used to a new energy in my field. And that is something that is in your life. There are new energies or old energies that you're now noticing in a way you've never noticed before. And there's an irritation. I feel like there's, for me and for you, it's almost like there's this annoying little sandpaper. And it's almost like you have, like in your clothes, you have like a little tag. You don't feel it all the time, but every now and again, it'll just scratch your skin. And you're like, ooh. And that's where you're at. That's what's going on right now. And we need the rest and relaxation. We need a balance. We need to pull back. We need Four of Swords. We need this rest. We need calm. We need respite. We need to get balanced. Our emotions, it's been a roller coaster, I mean, we've had the eclipses, we've had the retrograde, we had the New Year, Chinese New Year coming in. We've just had spring hit, and there's just and now you're starting to feel the warmth, you're starting to feel more vibrant, you're kind of wanting to getting that activity, wanting to get going, but there's that, as we talked about last time, the thing that just hasn't closed yet, right? And so we're also having the grouch, a little bit of irritation, and this is actually irritation almost like within our own skin, that yeah, we got some things around us that, noise. It's just this whir noise, just kind of vibrating around us, but it's actually inside of us. This is the moonlight path, which means there's still some things to see. And it is about walking towards that which we don't know. We have to have faith. We have to allow the moonlight to give us our light. Sometimes you can see your foot going in front of the other, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes there's an extra shadow you aren't sure of. There's something that could be in the way, could be an obstacle, but you're not sure. And so right now, especially with the Libra energy, it's balancing. It's bringing you into balance. You're not fully out of balance right now, but you're kind of cockeyed, just a little bit. You're leaning a little bit. So we need to get back into balance. And the fact that there's the energy that is on its way to closing, and there's a irritation there. There is something in us that we need to see to get rid of that sandpaper against our skin. And it's in ourselves. We are warring inside of ourselves. There is a friction. So this is a moment of, all right, I need to pull back. I need a moment. Now, whether that moment is 5 minutes, I would say it probably is longer than 5 minutes, an hour, a day, a weekend, a week, whatever you need. And that does not necessarily mean you can't function in your life. If you've got a family, friends, work, what have you, yeah. But inside of that, find those quiet moments. Be methodical with what you're doing, because you need to go inside of yourself to get rid of this sandpaper, because you're not going to find it outside of you. Okay, so those are the cards that have been pulled, which means it's all about getting us into a good alignment with ourselves, because our mind, body, spirit is, So let's see what the cards have to say about more information on this for you. took a minute to find the right. Okay, we're dealing with death. All right, we're dealing with death. And do you see the moon in the back there? All right. We need to allow the unknown to be seen, and we need to have courage. We don't like the unknown. I know I don't. I don't like saying, okay, God, yep, I'm going to walk off of this ledge and you're going to catch me. I'm not going to fall. But I don't like that. I like things to be seen. I like knowing my path. And this right now is a path you cannot fully see. There's things that you think is there, may not be there. Things that you think it could be in your way is not necessarily what it is. It could be benign. It could be something important. There are people, there are things that need to be seen, recognized. You have people in your life that are aiding to some of this irritation that you need to see at a new perspective, a new level. There is someone in particular that is adding to your friction, adding to your irritation. And this person, however close they are to you or distant they are to you, this person has prickled your skin. And at this point, you need to go to a higher perspective. You are taking things to a personal level that needs to go higher. It's on the physical level. You're more focused here. You need to come here. Because the reason this person's in your life, whether they are super close to you or far away, depending on the relationship, but you know who I'm saying, and this person is important to bring this situation to light for you. It is time for you to go to the next level. Stop looking at it here. Stop being at the physical ego plane. All right, we are excelling to a higher self with this, and that is the death. That is what this is about. This is about death. This is about realization of that which we can't hold on to anymore. It's time for it to be done. It's time for it to be done. And this is part of that door closing that we talked about last time. This is about that. So if you want to know a little bit of extra information on how to get that door closed, this is it. This is what's going on. So let's see what else we can get about that. Because, baby, I still want to be in the 3-month club, okay? So I'm sure you do too. So, again, let's be moving and grooving. Let's not be sitting on our hands. All right, what else can we see about that which we need to know about balancing, walking in faith, dealing with anything that is irritating us? Hold on. Baby wants to come out. Here she is. Okay. Now, I'm going to say this one first, which is the 6 of Pentacles. All right. There is a... This is... Okay. This is connected with your spirit specifically. This is about tapping into the spirit realm. This is about tapping into your higher self. This is about prayer. This is about your spiritual path. This is about seeing the higher reason that you're here. When we are here, we have a certain level of amnesia that we are recovering slowly as we're here, depending on what your path here is supposed to do this particular lifetime, how far along your spirit is on its timeline and its development and all of that. And this is everything to do with it. So what we're dealing with right now is a very nuanced, higher spiritual level up connection. So the 6 of Pentacles is, I'm feeling like there's all of this on the spirit plane. and you need to tap into it. It's like its own little code. Okay, so we're putting in, so we got 6. There's going to be 6 numbers, right? And then we got to get the right code. Okay. And it's also elevating you from the physical, because Pentacles, physical. And we're elevating, and we're tapping in those exact numbers, those codes. Now, some of you, it could be a literal code. It could be 3 numbers repeated 3 times, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Could be 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 4, 5, 2, you know, whatever. But it is 1 through 6. It at least is in that. And it is literal for some of you, these numbers, because some of you resonate with numbers. And with that, there's a code there. Some of you, you're going to see these numbers somewhere, okay? So some of you, you're going, it's going to be on the clock. There's going to be something with numbers 1 through 6 that is going to dial into you, and that is going to allow you to tap in. So at that moment, you're being spoken to. When you figure this out, when it shows itself, now, it could be showing itself right now, which is like, baby, okay, as soon as this is done, you need to be tapping in. Okay, maybe you're tapping in as soon as this is happening so that you're already hearing it. But you have spiritual information. You have a download. You have this next level that needs to be seen. We need to see in the death. We need to see this moon, okay? The moon. All right, we're going moonlight. All right. So, yes, this is a full moon, so this is also a good time to bring in the moon energy as well. So going outside, and sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes, you know, you can't get out at the exact time that it's at its peak. That's fine. And you can be outside, you can stay inside and just look at it. Whatever you can do to try and bring in that energy, connect with the moon energy at this time. Because what you're doing is you are peeling back the veil so you can see what you need to see, because it is time, all right? We are moving forward. Now, whether you are in the 3-month club racing down the road, or you like, listen, see, I want to take a little bit more time. I'm not ready for all this nonsense. This affects all of us, and it's about our closing that door. So we do have a 9 of Cups. This is allowing our subconscious to connect. This is allowing our spirit. It's like we are going into the depths. All right, we are meditating. We are breathing. We are connecting and knowing that we are these divine spiritual beings. We are energy. We are connecting. We are not what this world can make us think we are. We are here to experience. So this is a time for you to get serious about the real higher reason you're here. And this has everything to do with closing out that chapter. Because we're not leveling up to the next thing until we see what we need to see. So I had made the analogy of painting a picture, and we have a couple of little detailed animals we still need to put in there. It was interesting because I remembered that, and I remember it was 3 animals. We have a 1 through 6 number going on here. We got the 3, so just, you know, start letting that kind of vibrate in your mind there. And we're also going to the Hermit. All right, so this is about getting deep. Okay, so some of you do a shaman journey, go into the earth, find your cave, go into the Akashic records, but we are journeying, okay? Whether you're going deep into the earth journey or you're elevating yourself to some realm in the spirit realm up here, whether you're going into the earth energy or you're elevating here, it doesn't matter because it's all about your spirit. And it is all about your growth. And we are looking at 8 of Wands, which means you do this, you get in it, you make it, and you're going to fly. It's going to be like, just like that. And yes, sometimes my snapping don't work. That one didn't work because I think I got too much lotion on my hands. The friction just isn't there right now, right? So I got the friction in the back of my shirt there with the tag. I do have to say that. And it's an explosion. And it's going to be a little uncomfortable. This explosion is going to be a little uncomfortable because when you go on that journey and you see, and I feel as though it's going to be in threes. So we got the number 3 really working on this one. You're going to see 3 aspects, 3 things. They all tie together, but it's 3 things. And these 3 things are very, very important for you because they are the keys. You need 3 keys to open up the next chapter while this one's closing. You cannot close this door without the 3 keys. You cannot open the next door without the 3 keys. So the 3 keys are exceptionally important here, and it is about your evolution. I mean, we're talking about raising to a higher consciousness. We're talking about leveling up. Every one of you leveling up. That is all of us collectively leveling up. Now, granted, some are going to drag their feet and some are going to be racing. Some are going to be sweating it out. I'm getting to that finish line as fast as I can. And let me pull another oracle card here on that. Blooming garden. Okay, now you see that? You got nice little spring flowers, and you got a little bit of vines, you know, a little bit of twisting there going on in the knotwork. And what this is saying, I'm feeling very springtime. So your movement, regardless if you are in the fast club trying to race or you are dragging your feet, this spring you are going to see at least one of the 3 keys. Now, some of you are going to do the work and see all of them. You're going to, the one journey that you take, either you're elevating to a higher plane or you're going deep into the belly of the earth and doing it either way. It doesn't matter. Some of you are going to see all 3 at the same time. Some of you are going to see 1. Some of you may see 2. But all of you, this spring, will at least get 1 key. 1. This needs all 3 to close and lock the chapter and to start new. This is leveling up. This is big. This is big. Big. All right? Do not think that you can just scoot by. You won't. That means you're going to drag it. You cannot escape this. All right? The divine universe, the source, the all, God, whomever you want to say exists, that's making everything hold together and created everything, and ooh, you know, we're rolling around in the universe here. That energy that you were created from, you have the divine spark. You are connected to. You will have to do this. It doesn't matter if you drag your feet. It doesn't matter if you go fast. And let me say it again. You have to do this. So there is no getting out of it. We are all leveling up. It's just a matter of how fast. Okay. I feel like I've got one more out of this other oracle. I need to say, all right, oh, she wants to come out. All right, the giver. Okay. Oh, I feel like there's another card that needs to say with that. The confidant. All right. The giver and the confidant. Oh, hold on. The key holder. Hee-hee! What did we just say? All right. The confidant and the giver. Oh. All right. This is actually a warning. The confidant, you are someone who likes to get real emotionally intimate. And I don't mean in a romantic kind of way. I mean with your friends, with your family, with coworkers, whomever, and you like to get to know who they are. You are open to, you're there for them, or you need them to be there for you. But I feel as though it's really towards you. Like, you're like, hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm here for you. Oh, I'm so sorry. The texting, the phone calls, the coffee, hanging out, the, chatting at work around the, getting a muffin or whatever. I don't know. But it is, you are that person. I mean, yes, we like to be heard too. And we like to have somebody hold us up and support us too. However, you are that person. Right now in your life, you are that person, and you are giving way too much. Chop it. It is time to pull back. Okay, we are going into the hermit. And why are we doing this? Because we need to do our journey. We need to get into the subconscious. We need to go into the spirit realm. We need action. Okay? So you need to stop giving out your energy. And I'm not saying forever, but for right now, your energy needs to be all about you, yourself, and yourself. That does not mean that you don't pick up your children from school, okay? That does not mean you stop grocery shopping. That does not mean you don't brush your teeth and get that shower, okay? Get them clothes clean, do that laundry. Okay, we are not talking about not going to work. We are talking about giving out energy. So you need to pay attention to who are you dialing into in this manner? Who are you opening yourself up without any boundaries? Without any, and I'm not saying boundaries in the sense of you're being harmed by these relationships. Maybe some of them you are, so be mindful of that. But it could be a close friend that you're just wide open and you're just like, baby, just tell me all your business, okay? I'm here to bring you to a higher level. I'm here to make you feel better. Yeah, we're that kind of friend, or we're that kind of coworker, or you're my spouse, or I'm your parent and this is my child. I'm not saying it's a bad situation, and I'm not saying that it cannot continue, but for the time being, spring specific. Oh, knocking over my mic, okay. Again, the noise. The noise. We're quieting the noise. We are quieting the energy. We are not giving it out. And we're not just going to sit here and let somebody keep plugging, their little wires into us to keep getting them recharged, and then we're being depleted. Be very mindful of where energy is going, who you're giving it to, who is taking it from you, and the exchanges. Because if we are spending time thinking way too much about certain things, doesn't mean that, okay, let me we got the creaky door, people. Okay, big notice here. Okay, that creaky door, I tell you, it's alive. And we have to be thinking of, if we have to work something out, yes, we have to spend time with it. We have to be in prayer. We have to be looking for resolution. It's not good for us to be sitting with our hands going, We need resolution. Our minds need resolution. Our spirits need resolution. Sometimes it takes a while for certain things to resolve themselves. But there's also a certain level where you are just ruminating again and again, replaying it over and over and over again. Sometimes it's good to just put it down. If the resolution is going to take a while to get there, put it down. Be quiet. Just kind of close it for a minute. Put a napkin over it, so you don't see it. Push it out of your mind. Say, no, not right now. Not right now. But if you were also someone who has basically resolved something and you're continuing to cycle again and again and keep being irritated by it and keep thinking about it, then that is something you need to let go of. It is time to say goodbye, because it's stealing your energy. When we ruminate on things, when we're trying to solve something, that is energy, okay? The wheels are moving, the hamster is running at full speed, okay? Energy. That's what I'm talking about. Anywhere that your energy is being given out too much, being taken too much, okay? We're going back to the give and take, all right? You have to calm that down. Quiet the noise. We started with the quiet the noise. All right. Okay. This is specific. I don't have the 1, 2, 3 keys for you. Okay. I don't have the number sequence for you. I cannot do the journey for you, but trust and believe I will be doing my own. In fact, I've already been working on it before this reading even happened. So, because I already knew that I have specific things I have to do to close this chapter out, because baby, I want it gone. I've had enough, and I've had, wait a minute, hold on, enough. So, I am sure that you are probably in the same camp in some form or fashion with whatever it is that you're trying to close out. So let's get a closing card here. Oh man, I'm just feeling it. It's like I can feel the skin being a little irritable because I want this done. You know, we just get to a point where you just can't. It's like, can it just shut up, go away? I'm done. But when our spirit needs to do certain things, needs to level up, especially right now, baby, we're leveling up, then you can't. You can't ignore it. You got to look at it. You got to deal with it. And sometimes it takes this extra work. And right now we need to see it. So what is the last thing to close this out so we can get started on this work? All right, three of swords. Why did that come up? Is because some of what's going to be uncovered has to do with your past, has to do with betrayal, has to do with being stabbed in the back, being misled, being abused, being harmed, talked about, people spreading gossip, getting you fired from a job, getting you laid off, cheating on you, stealing money from you, stealing your dignity, stealing your identity, stealing your peace. We're uncovering some mess here. We're uncovering some serious wounds. In these 3 keys, you will be facing something that has to do with your past and your wounds. The good thing is we are leveling up, which means we are going to be healing it. And if you've already healed it, then there is something you will not let go of, and it is time to let go of it. Sometimes we heal something, but we don't do the full work of cutting it out. We don't cut the cord. We continue to identify as thus and so of whatever it was, but we're no longer that. Our name has changed. Our location has changed. We've put on different clothes. We have gotten a brand new license. We got new photos, whatever. But we still hold on to this little snapshot when we have in our wallet of who that other person was that was wounded. Okay, all right. So we need to be okay to see this. We need to face it, and facing it, whether it's something you've already healed and you just will not let it go, or it's something new, or a new aspect of something you already know about. And any of that, we are going to deal. We're going to deal. And that is going to help us level up. So we have to do this work, because anything that is of a wound, well, 1, that's why we're here, but 2, we cannot move forward if we're continuing to drag the baggage. Okay, I mean, we're talking like, going back to, just like these boulders, these chains around these boulders that are just, okay, and that's what you're doing. You're pulling it. Now, whether it's just 1 boulder on a chain or it's 100 boulders on a chain, I do not know what your stuff is. I've got a pretty good idea what mine is. which I've already been kind of looking at anyway. So the fact that this came up is just, for me, it's confirmation. I actually already knew there was going to be 3 things, so I think this is very interesting. This is just confirming one for me that's like, hey, it means I'm moving forward, right? Yes, I still have some journey work to do, so don't think I'm, you know, ahead of you guys on this. All right, one last thing to say. Okay, Mystic Candle, illuminate your path, let your inner light guide the way. All right. In the moonlight, bring your candle. Okay? Bring your candle. Fire is a very good element. It has intensity, protection. Okay? Bring your candle. All right? So when you go into your journey, wherever you're going, up, or you're going into the earth, whatever your journey consists of, bring a candle. See a little candle. We're not talking about flashlight. We're talking about a candle. We need literal flame. We need that because it's going to be moonlight. You're going to have moonlight. You're going to have a candle to light your way. Need that because that is going to be connecting with your spirit. That's going to be connecting your mind, body, spirit. That is connecting you to the higher realms. That is connecting you on all dimensions. We are moving forward and we are determined to move forward. All right. That's heavy. That's a lot. Hopefully that is enough information because I feel like there's nothing else to say because part of the journey and the growth is you doing the work. There's only so much I'm allowed to say, even to myself. God does not always give me everything. God will give me like a little nugget or something. Like, here you go. Here's a little chicken nugget for you. You don't get the whole Happy Meal. You get a little chicken nugget to figure some things out. You ain't going to starve, but you sure is not going to have like a full belly. So, all right. I love you. This is Dragonwolf. Subscribe if you like what you see. I'm with you on this journey. And that sigh is like, oh, I'm just ready for it to be done. I'm ready to move forward. I want the sunshine on the other side. I know you do too. All right. Check out my website at KathyShannonDesign.com. You know, set up a reading if you want something a little bit more personal to you. And till next time, because we're all doing this together.